Hi, everybody. I'm Lolly Lewis, founder of Amateur Music Network, and I'm here today with Jef Stott. Jef is going to be doing a workshop for us on electronic music, really, and how to use the software Logic Pro. It's a week-long intensive with 3 sessions. There'll be 2 sessions of workshop and then kind of a lab session of sharing our work together. I think it's going to be really fun and really exciting. Hi, Jef.
Hello, how's it going? Nice to see you and all of the people that we're broadcasting to. Yeah. Hey, I just want to say one thing, if I could just correct your intro. It's not just going to be electronic music. It's going to be more about music production at home. So you're going to be able to produce your own songs, whether it's singer-songwriter or recording your jazz quartet. It's going to be more about studio production, and of course we'll be using some electronic sounds as well. It's going to be everything, and everyone's totally welcome.
That's really a great distinction.
Yeah.
So when you say everybody's welcome, is this something that musicians use as a part of their workflow? Who would use this Logic Pro software?
Yeah, so we're going to focus, as you just mentioned, on Logic, which is a super popular recording and production software made and distributed by Apple, Mac computers. So it's basically, I would say it's one of the most mainstream music softwares out there. It's very, very intuitive, very easy to get started with. In fact, you can start a project on GarageBand and then open it later in Logic once you develop it. But Logic is very easy to begin pieces with. They have lots of like loops and like pre-existing templates to get you started. And then what I'm going to do is just basically navigate through the program, just showing the user interface and all of the different stuff. And then we're going to start to build out a composition in real time with maybe suggestions from the students, and we'll just kind of build something together. And there'll be a ton of like Q&A and questions and answers and stuff as we go through the process of building this track. And as we build the track, I'll show all the different techniques, from writing the drum beats to the bass lines and, comping the chords, and, then we'll get into mixing and we'll kind of finish the piece together. So I would say that it's completely entry level. Someone who's never worked in a music software before that wants to learn the process of how to make a song at home on your computer, this will be a great class for them. And then someone who's a little bit more advanced, they'll probably pick up a few pointers as well as we go through the class together. But I'm definitely gearing it towards intro and beginner level.
So if I'm a musician who plays an acoustic instrument and I have a microphone that's connected to my computer, will I be able to incorporate my playing with what I develop on the software?
Yes, I will show that, but I want to have the caveat of recording and teaching lessons or audio music lessons in Zoom is kind of a challenge because of the audio latency. So I'm going to show some basic recording, but I will ask for forgiveness with the students, saying it's not an ideal situation because I'm transmitting this through the internet and then back into my own computer. Right. So there'll be what we call latency, but yes, definitely you will learn how to record your vocals, and you will learn how to record your acoustic guitars. And we'll even talk into like multi-microphone setups that I'm sure you're familiar with, where you're setting up several microphones for an ensemble, or if you're going to record a drum set and you want to put in multiple inputs into your computer. And I'll talk about how to do all that stuff as well. And Logic is great for recording.
Oh, that's great. So people who want to maybe just learn the basics, but then come back later and layer in their acoustic creative musical work, they'll have a leg up on this.
Yeah, and that's a really that's a common practice. Like you might write the beats and the bass line first and get your kind of basic song arrangement together, and then you would add your acoustic instruments later in the process. And so I'll definitely talk about like the structure of the song and how you would go through that. And I also want to say, even though the class and the series is on Logic specifically, a lot of the things I'm going to be teaching are kind of universal concepts that are applicable to almost any software that you would use, whether it's Pro Tools or Cubase or Ableton Live or any of the other softwares that are out there. So I don't want people to be discouraged saying, oh, well, it's just on Logic, I don't want to learn Logic. It's going to be more about music production in general, and we're going to be using Logic.
So if I didn't want to spend money on the software, I'd still be able to get a lot out of this session, right?
Oh yeah, because I'm going to talk about all the basic concepts, like of MIDI, musical instrument digital interface, which is the code language for music software, and then also audio editing, mixing techniques, how to create arrangements using MIDI. I'm going to talk about like orchestra samples and different loops and things like that, and ways to build an arrangement using the loops that are inside the program. But yeah, I mean, it's all about production. It's about how to make something amazing, just like in your little tiny computer. So I think it's going to be a really fantastic class. It's a series of classes, 3 sessions in 1 week. And I think it's just going to be fantastic. And I really hope that you can join me. It's my honor to teach, and I can't wait to share everything with you. Thank you.